Hey, my name is Candace Janae. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad y'all are here today because literally, y'all, I just got my weight loss goal and reached it. I lost 25 pounds. Now, it wasn't an overnight thing, but I'm gonna dedicate this video to telling you literally everything that I did. I recently posted this in my Instagram stories. You guys can see the before and the after, just of the transformation of what I looked like before and after. And I'll give you all the details on exactly what I did as a woman who has PCOS and has struggled with weight loss. And I gained probably 60 pounds over the past like 4 years. And so the fact that I just lost 25 pounds of it is a major big deal for me. So I'm gonna share with you all the things that I did, so stay tuned. Hey YouTube, it's Candace Janae. I'm a Christian entrepreneur, author, and speaker. I spend my time traveling, spending time with family, and creating content. I love helping women build profitable businesses, so welcome to my YouTube channel. Y'all, like, I am so excited to share this with y'all. Like, this is the video that I wish I had when I was first getting started. So I'm gonna run down all the things that I did, and I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible because we don't like long YouTube videos. We like the videos that's gonna tell us what we need and be on, okay? So first thing I did was I made a huge mental shift of understanding that I was playing the long game when it came to my weight loss. Like, for me, I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which basically makes it a lot more difficult to like lose weight, and it's not as easy to lose weight as other women because there's so many hormonal things. You got cravings, you got all this stuff. So for me, I had to understand, number one, that I was gonna give myself grace and give myself time, because losing weight wasn't just gonna happen like overnight. And when I made that mental shift that it was a long journey and it wasn't just like oh, I'm gonna do this diet and see if it works and then go on with my life, I had to understand that I actually had to make lifestyle shifts that was gonna change my life forever. So I plan on keeping all these things in place, not just for now, but in the long term, okay? So that was the first thing I did. The second thing I did was I always remained super active, and to be honest, since like August, since 2021 and 2022, I have worked out quite a bit. But I'm gonna be 100% honest, I wasn't losing weight from working out. Like, I just was kind of toning my body, and I think I actually got really frustrated in the journey because there were times when I was working out 5 times a week and, you know, doing Orange 3 fitness workouts, which I feel like are amazing workouts. I was getting better, I was getting stronger, I was running more, I was lifting more, I was, you know, like, I felt like I was getting stronger as an athlete, but I was really struggling because the scale wasn't budging, and I felt like, what is it that I am doing? Like, I don't understand. I should be working out and eating whatever I want, or not eating whatever I want, but I should be working out and, you know, eating generally well, and I should be fine, but that wasn't working for me. So working out was something that I did, but I didn't see the results of them really pop until I changed my diet, okay? So thing number 3 that I started doing, I started incorporating this and trying to toy around with it in 2021, which was cutting out gluten and dairy. I found a lot of women online that said that that was a big thing for them that helped them actually like lose weight with PCOS. But for me, I already knew I had a dairy intolerance because of like gastrointestinal stuff. But then gluten was something I ended up figuring out later. And once I decided to like kind of limit that and cut that out, I started playing around with that in 2021, but it was really hard. Like, there's cheese and everything, there's milk and everything, there's butter and everything. Like, it was really hard. So I started incorporating that in 2021, but in 2022, I got really, really strict on that I would say about like July or August of 2021. All right, so number 4 is that I actually took a food sensitivity test by this brand called Everlywell. And I did that in 2020. I actually did that in 2020, but I started revisiting what I found on there. And it confirmed that dairy was something I needed to cut out, and that gluten was something that my body didn't really like. And so there was a lot of stuff on there, like, y'all, chicken and eggs that apparently that my body like doesn't really like and I'm not really supposed to eat. So I started being mindful of those things. So when I took that test, I didn't really start cutting, like I still eat eggs. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I eat eggs, but I stopped eating chicken in probably like August of 2022. So for me, that is really hard because chicken used to be the #1 thing that I cooked for myself and ate for myself at home. But I just stick with like ground turkey, fish, shrimp, things like that whenever I'm cooking for myself. And sometimes I'll do, you know, a little bit of ground beef, or I'll make steak at home for myself. But usually I'm doing ground turkey and things like that, or, you know, turkey lunch meat or whatever like that. So after that, number 5 is that I actually ended up cutting out alcohol. Alcohol was a really big thing for me to cut out. I had always toyed around with cutting out alcohol for like personal reasons, but then like I just realized in July of 2022, I was just like, my life is better without alcohol, and it's gonna help me, like, you know, physically. And cutting out alcohol, I literally cut it out and I have not looked back. Like I literally prayed about it and was like, all right, God, I'm giving this thing to you. And y'all, I haven't had any alcohol ever since. And honestly, I thought it was gonna be a lot more difficult than it was. But there was this book that I read that helped me understand, like, basically the mindset around alcohol. And the mindset that I had to adapt was that my life personally, for me, was better without alcohol, because, you know, all of these extra calories, and on top of that, y'all know, like hangovers and like all the stuff that happens with alcohol, like that nobody like likes dealing with. Like there's the things that people love, but then there's the things that people hate. And if you've ever had one of those moments in life where you're like, I'm never drinking alcohol ever again, then you know what I mean. Like I was that person that would be like, ooh, because I didn't drink super often, but when I did, I would look up and be like, I ain't drinking no more. Or I would have an occasional glass of, like, you know, Prosecco, or maybe a little bit more than occasional glass of Prosecco throughout the week. But I started cutting that out, and I started to notice my body change and shift from that. So I would say the first like 15 pounds really came from me cutting out dairy, gluten, and also cutting out alcohol. But then after I did that, like I still felt like my body was like at a deficit. Like I felt like I was still, you know, plateauing with my weight. And so the next major shift that I made was I completely cut out potatoes and rice. And that really helped because, you know, I would eat brown rice, but most of these things that I'm gonna tell you anyways, I cut out 90% of, like in terms of my diet. And then like 10% of the time I would, like, you know, have a cheat or like eat whatever. But for the most part, I really cut out like potatoes, you know, and I love salt and vinegar chips. So I like don't eat chips and stuff like that. I don't eat things like pretzels, things that are like super carb heavy, like potatoes and stuff like that. And I also cut out, like I said, the like white rice. So I'll opt for, you know, if I go to Chipotle, if I do get rice, I'll do like, you know, the light rice, or I'll do brown rice instead. So that was a really major shift. Another huge shift for me, and this was the final big shift for me, was in actually, now let me give y'all the backstory of this. So I went to the doctor to actually talk to her about like my PCOS. I'm like, yo, I need to lose weight and it's been a struggle. She basically told me the clinical research behind weight loss with PCOS is that even though most women with PCOS struggle to lose weight, we still lose weight the same way that other people do. And so she recommended doing just a 1,500 calorie diet. And so that was the thing that gave me the biggest shift. Like that was the thing at the end that I felt like helped me to get over that plateau of actually losing the last like 7 or 8 pounds that to get me under 200 pounds. And for me, like that was huge because at first, like I didn't want to be that person that was dieting and said I couldn't eat this and I couldn't eat that. But I had to realize like I needed to be on some sort of regimen to see results. And so what I did was I actually started implementing a 1,500 calorie diet. And in doing that, I used MyFitnessPal, and that basically helps you, like, you know, look at what you've eaten throughout the day. You'll be able to tag that in. Basically, you'll be able to track everything that you're eating. You'll be able to track workouts and all that stuff to keep you in that 1,500 calorie limit. Now, the thing for me with that, I used to be annoyed by doing that because it's like, it takes time. But the really big benefit of doing that for me was paying attention to the types of foods that I like to eat that were a lot of calories, right? Like, so for example, I love pistachios, and for me, I had to ended up cutting it out because like a half a cup of pistachios, like, and that's like a handful of pistachios, is literally, y'all, it's literally 600 calories. So when you have a 1,500 calorie day, you don't have space for a 600 calorie snack. So for me, I started finding out ways to kind of maintain that 1,500 calorie diet. But the thing that really helped me maintain that 1,500 calorie diet was the fact that I was already not eating carbs that adds on a lot of calories. I was already not eating dairy and gluten. So I had already kind of trained my brain and my mind and my body to eat without a lot of this stuff. So in monitoring the 1,500 calorie diet thing, that was really great. So that's pretty much what I did. And now whenever I do workouts at home, one of the things that I love doing is just walking uphill. That was a major shift that I even do. Even when I'm at Orange Theory, I'm not necessarily always running. I may, you know, do uphill walking at 3.5 miles an hour. And so even today I worked out for 30 minutes on the treadmill doing, you know, I was on a 6 incline, 3.5 miles an hour, and I did that for 30 minutes, and I burned, you know, some decent calories. I did a few like lifting, you know, like free weighted workouts. I did a little bit of that, but that's what I be doing. I'm not trying to overexert myself in the gym. I just want to look good, feel good, be healthy, lose weight, and do my thing, and look good in my clothes, of course. So that's pretty much what I did, but majorly, like, it took me time to lose the weight, but I'm really grateful that I'm actually able to share. If y'all want a video about like actually meals that I eat and like what I actually eat on a 1,500 calorie diet, I can definitely share. I've learned some hacks on like different foods that are 0 calorie foods that really, you know, they add flavor and things like that, where you're not adding a whole bunch of calories to what you're already eating. But I really hope this is helpful to you. If you liked it, make sure you click that button down below to say that you liked it, subscribe, and even share this with a friend who may, you don't know, maybe they need to lose weight, or, you know, have been struggling to lose weight and personally want to lose weight. But don't send this to nobody saying like, girl, you need to lose weight. Don't do that. That's not what this is about. This is about helping people that you know have already explicitly said to you and invited you into their world about, you know, what struggles they have struggled with, and share this with them so that it may be helpful for them. But don't send this to nobody that didn't ask for it to be sent to, or didn't invite you into their world about weight loss, okay? And then the last thing is, if you do know someone who is struggling with PCOS and losing weight and gaining weight with PCOS, y'all, it's a struggle. Please give them grace. Like, be nice to them, okay? They're already going through all these hormonal mood changes and things like that. So just be really nice to them, and also, you know, send them this video if they've invited you into the conversation about weight loss and managing life with PCOS. So I love y'all. See y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things. Deuces.